Hello and welcome to our special presentation In the Ring with the Maharaja. I'm your host Rika Roy. Now, unless you are living under a rock, you must have heard of the big news. Triple H will be lacing up his boots to enter the ring this Saturday to take on the Maharaja of modern day wrestling, Jinder Mahal. Yes, WWE is back in India for the second successive year for a super show. Well, before that show, we have the big stars of WWE in the NDTV studios. Let me introduce them to you. Jinder Mahal, the former WWE champion. We also have Alexa Bliss, the current Raw champion with us. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. But before we start talking to them, let's have a look at this video.
You are now in my world. My world. And in my world, Jinder, there is only one true king. One King of Kings, and all will be humbled before him, including you. I will see you in New Delhi, Maharaja.
Maharaja, how do you respond to that challenge?
First and foremost, I would just like to say that I respect Triple H for all that he's done in the past with his career and where he's taken WWE. Now, with that being said, also in that same video, Triple H said that his new job is to ensure that the next generation of WWE superstars are up to par, meaning he's the measuring stick. So I need this match. This is the biggest match of my career thus far. I need to know how I measure up against someone like The Game, who is the King of Kings, considered one of the all-time greats. Like I've said before, the King of Kings, Maharaja. And this Saturday, December 9th, at the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium, dekhange kaun Raj karega Raj. And I have a feeling it will be the modern-day Maharaja.
Right, you have never faced Triple H before in your career. This is going to be the first time. Who's going to be under pressure, you or him?
I'll be the first to admit I am under pressure, definitely. After all, I'm representing the 1.3 billion people in the great nation of India, but more importantly, this match is in my homeland in front of my people, and when I'm in front of my people, I am unstoppable. But I'm definitely feeling the pressure, I'm feeling the stress. This is a WrestleMania caliber match, and but I'm going to use that pressure, I'm going to use that stress in a positive way. I'm going to use it to motivate me to dethrone the king. And I promise you guys I will be standing at the end of the night
as the champion.
With my arm raised.
You will be taking on Sasha Banks, Alexa, and you are going to be defending your belt here. What does it feel like to come to Delhi all the way to be defending your belt?
You know, Sasha and I have had a long rivalry for years. She has been facing me match after match, fight after fight, and you know, I'm really excited.
She's quite a toughie, and you've just had a fight in Abu Dhabi.
Absolutely, for the first time ever. Last night we had a match, and once again she's trying to take my title, but she needs to realize even though she's a boss, she'll never beat a goddess, and no matter what, I'm still walking out as the Raw Women's Champion. Okay,
modern day Maharaja, where do you get that title from? How did...
It's my lifestyle, everything. You see these $800 Ferragamo, US dollars, custom-made suit, gold Rolex. But most importantly, it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind that I have to be in, knowing that I am superior to the man that will be standing across from me in the ring, whether it's Triple H, whether that's Randy Orton, whether it's Shinsuke Nakamura, or whether it's AJ Styles, who is holding my WWE Championship. And I get my rematch at Clash of Champions. I will soon be two-time WWE champion.
Jinder, you've said that you have been a very big Sachin Tendulkar fan growing up. You've watched him all along. Was there a secret desire always to be bigger than Sachin?
I respect Sachin very much. I mean, actually, when I was a kid, I had a cricket bat and it was the Sachin Tendulkar bat. And I was very fortunate enough, last visit I was here about a little over a month ago, and I went to Sachin Tendulkar's house and I invited him personally, him and his son. He's a huge WWE fan. I invited them both to our live event, so I'm hoping they will be there in my corner. But Sachin is Sachin. He's the god of cricket. You know, I respect Sachin, and hopefully he will be there in my corner as I defeat Triple H.
You are all the gods and goddesses of this show. There's so much about show business, so much about Ratsmaraz, but what is that part of the show that's favorite to you, Alexa?
My favorite part of the show really is the crowd interaction. You know, each crowd is different. Everywhere you travel, every reaction is different, and it's such an amazing feeling to be in the ring and having people cheer you, boo you, whatever it is, and feeling that energy and driving your fight towards that energy from the fans.
Right. So we open up the floor. We open up the floor to the fans now. If any one of you want to ask questions, yes, please go ahead.
My question is to you, Jinder.
Yes.
Can you exactly explain how you feel when you defeat Randy Orton and become WWE champion for the first time?
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling. I mean, growing up just being a huge fan of WWE, guys like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and then later on The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and actually while I was still in school, guys like John Cena and Randy Orton were already becoming WWE champions for the first time. So, you know, to defeat someone like Randy Orton, who is already a living legend in our career, was a great feeling. But most importantly, I was the 50th ever WWE champion. And even more importantly, I'm more proud of the fact that I'm the first ever Indian WWE champion. So history has been made. But I want to promise you guys this. Unfortunately, I lost the WWE championship to AJ Styles. But next time I come here to India, I want to defend the WWE Championship right here on Indian soil.
Is it because of the fans that you've come back for a second successive year? Because you came in 2002, then you came back in 2016, almost a gap of 14 years. Is it the fans who've brought you back? Yeah.
I actually wasn't here in 2002, but Triple H was. So I was in WWE from 2010 to 2014, and then I got released for 2 years. To come back in 2 years later, and then unprecedented, never happened before, 10 months after coming back, I won the WWE Championship, but Triple H was here in 2002. And I just want to let everybody know, the Triple H that you will see in New Delhi is the same Triple H you guys have been seeing 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Triple H has not missed a step. You know, this is the same game that is, he's, I believe, 14-time world champion. So this is a very, very challenging match for me, and I'm going to need you guys there to support me because you guys are going to be the difference maker. I believe now that I can match Triple H strength for strength, technique for technique, speed for speed, power for power, but you guys will be the deciding factor in that match, and I'm hoping you guys will all be there to support me.
Interestingly, you mentioned that you were not a part of WWE for 2 years. You went out, you came back. And during that period, let me bring up a picture of how you transformed. There's that picture of how you used to look like before and how, when you came back and became the champion, that's how you look like.
So the old me you see there, I was not motivated, I was unfocused, I had become complacent, I had become lazy, and I needed the kick in the butt. You know, it was much needed. After being released, one day I just decided enough's enough. No more alcohol, diet, exercise every single day. And I made it a priority. And, you know, I actually found my why. You know, my why was I want to come back to the WWE. I want to hold a championship because early in my career, I never held any single championship in WWE. In 4 years I was here. So I needed to hold the championship. And now my why is to inspire the next generation of WWE superstars or any athletes or any goals that our youngsters right here in India might have. You know, I want to just tell them and prove to them anything is possible. You know, don't let anybody tell you that your dreams are too big. Anything is achievable as long as you guys are willing to put in the hard work.
Alexa, anything is achievable. That's what he says. But for a woman, after having achieved to hold on there, I just held on to your title, your belt. It's so heavy to be wearing that year after year. How difficult is it for a woman?
You know, right now it's an amazing time to be a woman in WWE. We have this women's revolution, and our women are a forefront in sports entertainment, and we are main eventing, we are making history. And to have a title, you have to be, you know, the face of that. You have to be the role model for that. You are the one with the biggest target on your back, but you have to be ready and motivated at all times. Like you said, to motivate the next generation. You know, we have many women in NXT who are ready to be in the main roster and ready to keep this revolution going. And I'm just very honored that I can be the face of that.
They're making quite a noise in the locker room, aren't they? The women who are coming from NXT to SmackDown. they are making quite a bit of noise, isn't it?
Oh, all the women are making quite a bit of noise. I mean, some of them need to be put in their place, but I feel like it's what we need for the women's revolution right now.
Right. Talking about women and the only Indian woman in WWE now, Kavita Devi, could you please tell us about how she's doing and where do we see her in few years from now? Do we see her fighting, Alexa?
Yeah, I'll speak first. First and foremost, I just want to congratulate Kavita Devi, first ever woman WWE superstar signed from India. I mean, that's huge. Who would have thought? She really is a trailblazer, and not only is she going to accomplish so much, I see her definitely being a women's champion in WWE, but what a role model, what an inspiration, what a story she is for our women, our girls here that are growing up. You guys have such a positive role model in Kavita Devi, and she's a power lifter, she's a student of great Kali, so I know she's going to achieve great things in WWE and maybe even challenge Miss Bliss for this championship. Miss Bliss, what are your comments towards Kavita Devi?
I met her at the Mae Young Classic. I've seen her work. I was very impressed with her. I think she's exactly what we need right now for this women's revolution, for women in general, and I would love to have a match with her, and I would love to get in the ring and see what she can do.
Do any of you have questions? Yes, please go ahead.
My question is for Alexa. Alexa, would you be wary of Ronda Rousey if she comes to the ring in front of you?
Oh, Ronda Rousey. There is a lot of talk about Ronda Rousey joining WWE.
I'm not really sure if when or if we can see Ronda in the ring, but I do know that if it's against me,
yes,
I might be running away a little bit. I mean, have you guys seen her? She's literally knocked people out with a punch and broken people's arms, and
yeah.
I mean, I might need Jinder to help me.
Former Olympic judo champion she is.
Yeah.
Yes, any more questions, please? Yes, go ahead.
Actually, Alexa, my question is from you. You have competed with almost all of the WWE female wrestlers, but among all, who was your favorite opponent?
Oh, I'd have to say my favorite opponent has to be Becky Lynch, because I have had many amazing matches with Becky Lynch, and my first cage match with Becky, my first tables match with Becky, I won my first title off of Becky, and I would have to say that she has given me some of my best matches in my career and has been one of my most difficult opponents to beat, and I respect that and has to be one of my favorites.
Right, you have spoken about your favorite opponent. What is your favorite move?
That I do, or
yes,
that okay.
That you do.
Well, my favorite move has to be the DDT because it wins me a lot of matches and a lot of titles.
And yours?
The Kalas.
Kalas.
Yeah.
Do we see that? Do we see you do that right now in the studio?
Oh, you got to pay big money for that. You got to pay big money for that.
Well, the audience is cheering you big money. Do we see a little bit of that?
Imaginary WWE superstar. So first, I do my setup. Tell them up. Then I hook them and up, down, and it's always lights out. Kalas.